Eating what we shoot is a vital part of getting the public to understand and accept field sports, what we sometimes call the social licence. It's not just about eating what we shoot ourselves. The more people who get a taste for eating wild game meat and venison, the better. José Souto is on the front line of putting venison, pheasant, partridge and hare on people's plates. José is not just a passionate hunter himself, he's an award-winning game chef and a lecturer at Westminster Kingsway College. He trains the chefs who end up working in some of the top foodie establishments in London and beyond.
Definitely. I mean, within 2 years of leaving here, our students basically have buying power. So that means that we've educated them to put venison and game on their menus. Now, in the last 2 years, what I've tried to do here is I've tried to position venison as basically the fourth product. And with the help of two guys, Lincolnshire Game and Highland Game, that have helped us basically put on these days, we've been able to do that. We've been able, from our first years that come in, all the way through to our third years, position game and especially venison as the fourth meat, and Highland Game has really helped us doing that, And with these guys here today, I mean, you're creating ambassadors for the product.
Today's group isn't José's regular students. It's mostly chefs who already work in clubs, hotels and restaurants, many of them in the capital.
I've been here nearly 20 years now, and when I came here, one of the reasons why I got this job was because of basically the game stuff that I do. So what I started doing when I first came here is I wanted to give chefs more of an introduction into game, into understanding it and understanding the provenance and the background of game. So we've done 2 of these every year for the last 20 years. And we have, today we had, nearly 40 people here. And they are chefs from all parts of the industry. So what you've got is guys from some of the clubs in London, you've got guys from Galvin's restaurant here, House of Commons, we've got people from all walks of life, basically, not only chefs. I mean, there's some of basically your guys from the Fieldsports Channels have also been here as well. And it's all want to understand game. And it's really popular. Twice a year, it's very, very popular. We do a lot of them. And on top of that, it's exactly the same thing as I teach my students, and all the students that we have here for the last 20 years, we've taught all of the background on game and obviously on venison as well.
José shows the students every type of venison and game they're likely to come across in the UK. He stresses that the birds and animals have led a wild, natural and free life and were killed quickly and ethically.
Yeah, I mean, provenance is a massive thing, and also traceability, ethical buying, all those sorts of buzzwords are massively important. The thing that's happened is at the moment we're on an economic downturn, so people are being a bit more careful about basically what money they spend and what they're buying. And so supermarkets have a major share of what people are buying when it comes to food. As we start to come out of this economic downturn, and believe me, the UK basically tends to come out of the economic downturns faster than a lot of other countries, people will start to go out, and they'll start to eat in restaurants again. And the supermarkets are led by what is being. I mean, a lot of the development chefs that are in supermarkets come from basically fine dining backgrounds, and so the products that they're putting on the shelves and the products that are on there are because it's being demanded. I mean, if you look at some of the major supermarkets here in the UK, such as I think Aldi and Tesco's and that stuff, venison's been included in there, and you have things like venison lasagnas. We have venison going into the NHS. Basically big catering companies are basically starting to look at venison and game birds. There's all sorts of things like that are basically, and what we've got to do is ensure we help it as much as possible, by basically talking about it, talking about the background, talking about the good work that goes on with it, and giving people tastings of it and saying to them, look, try it, let me know what you think. I think too many people have a perceived idea about game. And it's when you lay the facts bare and honestly in front of them, you can change their mind quite quickly.
So what can regular stalkers and shooters do to help spread the word about eating game?
I would say introduce as many people as possible. I mean, I've written loads of articles where I've said to people, get somebody who is a venison virgin, if you like, or a person that doesn't understand or has never eaten it before, and that think they understand it, or that they think they've had good venison before when they've not, and change their mind. Convert people to it, explain to them basically about all the good work, which is what we've done today. Explain about conservation aspects, explain about basically deer management aspects, and how good this product is. For chefs in the UK, we're really lucky that we can harvest wild game and put it on the plate in front of people. You know, if you go to America, basically pheasants come out of cages like our chickens do, and all venison that's harvested in America basically can only be eaten at home. You know, it cannot be put into any restaurants or anything like that, again, unless it comes from a farm. We don't want to go down that route. We need to basically, you know, all the game that we have, all of this wild harvest that we have throughout the year and basically throughout the season, we need to ensure that that's going into restaurants and people and into supermarkets, and that people are eating it, enjoying it, and understanding it.
Jose is encouraged to see game and venison on sale in supermarkets up and down the country, and at affordable prices too.
Aldi is one of the biggest sellers of venison in the UK, you know, and they have all manner of basically different portions and stuff. And we've done some great development work with them with Highland Game and producing stuff that, if you like, is what they call entry level. You know, and when you have entry level product, you know, especially on venison with those, then it produces something that people are liable to spend not a lot of money on, taste it, think, I like venison. And the same thing with linkage games, done exactly the same thing with basically game birds into some of the supermarkets, have entry-level products that are not that expensive, where people can buy them, taste them, and become a convert to basically to game.
The message is, persuade your family and friends to try the things you shoot and let them know it's available at sensible prices in their local supermarket. If you're interested in Jose's game seminars at Westminster Kingsway, there's a link below. You can follow him on Instagram and buy his latest book, Feathers, on Amazon. There are links to those below too.